Andy's adventures this morning. He's in one of my favorite places along the coast, Astoria. Hi, Andy.
Morning. We made it up here with the Glam Tram to this ferry, which is one of 4 that they used to have here before the big bridge was built in Astoria to get over to the Washington side. And they recently found this, brought this back, and they're in the middle of refurbishing it. We're going to give you a little tour of that as we go through the last hour of Good Day Oregon here this morning. Good morning. This is my buddy Jake right here, and you probably know Jake. He's where we very started this morning at the Cannery Pier Hotel. That was your brainchild, and he also is our unofficial producer for today. He's taking us to all these cool places. Now, this right here is the newest thing I think that you're working on as far as bringing back to life right here in Astoria. And what are we on right now?
This is the tourist number 2.
And there were 4 of them, right?
4 of them, and this was built 100 years ago here in Astoria. Last August was the 50-year anniversary of it, hauling cars across until the bridge made it obsolete.
Okay, so it would haul cars, it would haul people back and forth across the river there over to the Washington side and back. And how much did it cost for somebody to ride on the ferry?
25 cents if you had a bike. Cars were a little bit more.
How much were the cars?
I don't know, $1-2.
So that's what it was.
I didn't have one.
No, you didn't, so you didn't have to worry about it. So we're going to take you inside and show you some of the great history that's still sitting in there. The diamond that you guys are seeing in the rough, and eventually this will be out and working all kinds of good parties once again here in Astoria. Tony, beautiful view once again to show you from right here in Astoria. It's amazing.
And I got to admire this guy's, his patience and his ambition and all that. To, where do you begin on a project like restoring a big old boat like that? But they're really wonderful stuff coming. So,
you see that right there? That is this is what the ferry looked like back when it was fully operational and cruising around, and they'll have it back out soon. Take a look at this. See this floor? That is made from reclaimed wood. So this is over 100 years old, but that wood could be 300 to 500 years old, and that's what I'm standing on history right here on this beautiful, eventually, this beautiful ship that they are redoing, and they're going to have it out for parties and all kinds of stuff if everything goes according to plan right here in Astoria.
I want to get back to Andy Carson. He's on one of his adventures this morning in Astoria. I love it because he goes to these places that maybe we've all been before, but shows us things we can do that we never even knew existed. Andy, it's been really fun this morning.
I know. Well, thanks. I'm glad that you like this. We're on the ferry right now. We made our way up to the 2nd level. Where we were just a moment ago was down where the cars would pull in. Back when this was, they were still using this in Astoria before they built the big bridge to get over on the Washington side. This is where the people would hang out, like Jake. You would hang out here. Real quick, we want to point out this is not your project. You're just a big fan of the project. Is that right?
Correct. They have a group called the Astoria Ferry group or company at AstoriaFerry.com.
And they're working on it, so you can actually go check it out online and see what's going on. Mike's going to give us a little tour right now. What's the eventual plan for this ferry? What do you hope to see this be in the years to come?
Well, it would be like the trolley, but in the water, running around along the waterfront during the right season, and then in the evening there'd be chartered cruises, cocktail cruises, bands, parties. During the off-season, people could come on board. It would be kind of a floating museum with all kinds of videos and documentaries about this crazy history of the ferry.
It is. There's great history, and you really, it's too much to really try to share everything on TV. You need to come down and check it out. Now, eventually, this is going to be docked up by where we were, Pier 39, and then people will have access to it a lot more than what they have right now.
Correct. There will be a ramp at Floyd's dock where you guys were, and he graciously let us park there so the public can get to see it while we do more work on it.
This has been quite the morning. From the trolley this morning to I think I'm ready to drive the ferry now. Look at that beautiful old wheel right here that is on this just amazing ship that they have. Hopefully they'll get this all put up together and be out there for people to enjoy once again. This used to be the ferry that took folks, one of 4 that took folks back and forth between Oregon and Washington before the big bridge was built there.
Hey, and there's always a big thanks to you and Mike for another great adventure out there. It was a lot of fun, a lot of hard work, but really do appreciate it. So you guys show some great stuff.